Chandanappalli literally means the abode of sandalwood trees. The church is named after St. George, also the patron saint of England, who slew the dragon snake.
As a village which once had snakes of myriad shapes, and venom crawling all over, its residents reposed their faith in the saint to save them from not just snakes but ghosts, demons, and other dangers that lurked in the darkness. The first church in Chandanapalli was built in 1810. It was renovated in 1875 and consecrated by His Holiness Mar Abdullah, the later Patriarch of Antioch. The wooden planks for the new church were brought from the Kodumon forest. The logs of teak and sandalwood could not be carried to the work site, as the big stream of the Achenkovil River connecting Kodumon and Chandanapally had dried up. Miraculously, the stream began to run full to the brim in a torrential rain that lasted for days, and the heavy logs could easily be carried to the spot in no time. There was a reconstruction in 2000 which is famous for the huge size of its structure. Indo-Sarsanik art of sculpture was used in its construction. It is a blend of Christian, Muslim and Hindu sculptured art, Gothic-style towers, pillars erected according to mathematics, and a roof in Persian style, which altogether gives it the beauty of a beautiful sculpture. The new church structure resembles St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. The Kalkurishu or cross cut from stone, which has carvings of saints and angels, is a main attraction and shelter for the pilgrims of the church. Whomsoever shelters under St. George here in this church will be rewarded regardless the caste, creed, religion, color. Hence, many of the pilgrims are non-Christians who believe in the great healing powers of St. George. Usually the feast is held on May. This is one of the church in Kerala that constantly celebrates its feast on 7th May, 8th and Chempeduppu takes place on 8th May. Hundreds of thousands of pilgrims come from around the world to witness this auspicious and holy ritual. Chempeduppu Nercha. Chembuduppu, meaning picking of copper vessel, is a special ritual that has a place in Kerala's cultural history. When the old church was built 2 centuries ago, local Hindus brought rice from different places to feed hundreds of voluntary laborers. They cooked this rice on the bank of the stream and ceremoniously served it to the volunteers. It is in memory of this event that the Chempeduppu is celebrated every year. The main offering is rice cooked in a copper pot, which is taken to Kuthirappura by all the pilgrims from different places and the different religions who had gathered there for the celebrations. Later this cooked rice will be taken to their homes by the pilgrims. The mortal remains of St. George, GREGORIOUS Sahda. St. GREGORIOUS Sahda is the local name for St. George. The mortal remains of St. GREGORIOUS Sahda, which were kept in Madian, were received by His Excellency Vattasseril Joseph Mar Dionysius, Malankara Metropolitan, and Moran Mar Basilios GREGORIOUS Baba from Patriarch of the Holy See of Antioch, and brought to Malankara on 1916 and were kept in Kunadra Seminary. Later on 6th May 2004 they were received from Moran Mar Basilios Marthoma Matthews Catholica Bava and kept in Chandanapalli. The consecration of St. Sahda's mortal remains in Chandanapalli, where the spiritual presence of St. GREGORIOS is present, was done by Moran Mar Basilios Marthoma Matthews Catholica Bava on 8th May 2004. Stone Cross, Kalkurish. This cross cut from stone, which has carvings of saints and angels, is a main attraction and shelter for the pilgrims visiting the church. It is said that whoever prays here is immediately rewarded. Heartfelt prayers of the pilgrims are heard and showered with blessings. Some even have a vision of Sahda. Those who prayed by lighting candles on certain Fridays near the Kalkurishu were granted their petitions without delay. The cross was constructed on the same day in which the Lord's cross was found, 14th September. Every year the feast is celebrated on this day. Valiyapalli, which is cooked with rice and coconut, is given as the offering. The pilgrims going to Sabrimala Ayyappa temple visiting here is a sight and model for secularism and religious harmony. Many pilgrims shelter here. This cross was carved out from a single stone, hence only it was known as Kalkurish, stone cross. This church is also known as Chandanappalli Valiyapalli, which is world famous. Whoever shelters under St. George will be rewarded.